Okay, I'm back. And hopefully the phone is attached to my car and you can hear me. But I just wanted to come on really quick because I literally have like 10 minutes to give this brief message. But somebody needs to hear this message, so I'm going to give it. And it is this. Everything is meaningless if you don't know God. Everything. You will never, ever feel truly fulfilled without connecting to that higher source. You will never, ever truly feel content, feel joy, feel bliss, feel happiness, long-lasting fulfillment. You will not have it without God. And for all of those people who have no belief, who have no faith, who do not believe in any higher source, any higher anything, I mean, I really, really want you to ask yourself some critical thinking questions, because I don't know of anyone, and I've talked to many atheists, I've talked to many a person that, you know, did not really have any religion or faith or anything. And I asked them these questions, these critical thinking questions about happiness and about their life and about joy and about purpose and all of the things. And the one thing I noticed that is pretty or being content or being happy. So that's just me. You know, I'm a believer, and I'm always going to guide and direct people back to God. I'm always going to direct people back to Jesus, regardless of how you feel about it. If you don't like that, this may not be the platform for you. But I am coming to understand that, you know, this life and everything in it, and y'all know what we're all going through. You see what we're going through. You see how crazy the world is becoming. The world is becoming unhinged. And for you to not have faith or belief in anything, like, it's getting darker and darker. I don't know how you're going to make it if you don't have any faith in anything, if you don't believe anything, if you don't have any form of hope or any form of, I don't know how you're doing it. I don't know how you're living. I don't know how you're surviving, and you certainly are not thriving. But, you know, I believe in something, and I have faith in that. I have a knowing. And you know what's weird? So a lot of times people will say, well, you know, prove it. Prove that God exists. Prove that, you know, God is real and that he exists. And the truth is, I mean, a baby is proof that God exists. The way our bodies are made and created is proof that God exists. I mean, there's so much proof that God exists. The eclipse is proof that God exists. Like, there's no way that man, in my humble opinion, man is never going to be able to form a baby outside of a womb or grow a baby outside of a womb. Man is never going to make it so that a biological male can be pregnant and can, you know, house a child within a biological male's body. Like, that's never going to happen. That's never going to happen. And, you know, a lot of times people will fight me about, you know, the whole AI and all this other stuff. Okay, that's very clever. Like, that's a very clever, in my opinion, it's a very clever computer trick. Like, it is very clever, right? Okay. But you want to impress me? I want you to grow an entire human being outside of a woman's body. And I'm talking from conception to 9 months, 40 weeks later. That is what will impress me. So if you can do that, if you can find a way to do that, okay, then maybe I will be impressed. I don't foresee that happening, because in my mind, that is something that God, you know, designed in all his perfectness, and he's not going to allow man. So think about it like this. That's like me, the creator, allowing the thing I created to outdo me. Like, that's never going to happen, right? I created you. You're never going to outdo me because I created you. Like, that don't make no sense. I created you, and somehow you're going to try to outdo me? Like, that's not going to happen. Because I created you. So, yeah, you want to impress me? Do that. But I just want to give people some hope. I want to give them some encouragement because, you know, the world is getting incredibly dark. It is getting incredibly hateful. People, it's just as the Bible, you know, predicted. The Bible predicted all of this. That people's hatred for one another and their, you know, hating their own family, hating their own blood, you know? So it's not even just like men hating women and women hating men. It's like, yeah, all of this was going to happen. And all of the craziness that's going to happen. And I'm just going to, again, make a bold prediction that there's some more craziness that's going to happen this year. Like, this is a pivotal year where we're going to see a whole lot of things happen, and we're going to be like, oh, dang, like, this is bad. Like, yeah, you're going to see an upset in the election. Like, you're going to see some crazy stuff this year. So I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready. We're going to see some really wild stuff this year. And, you know, God is in control. Like, please don't forget that. God is in control. He's going to figure it out. He's going to work it out. And I want people to believe that. I want you to have faith that everything is going to be okay. But it's going to get worse before it gets better. Unfortunately, it's going to get kind of crazy. And, you know, you got to believe in something. I don't know how you live. I don't know how you get married. I don't know how you raise a family. I don't know how you take care of your children, or I don't know how you do it. If you truly don't believe in anything. Like, I really don't understand it. I'm always asking the very few atheist people I know, like, okay, well, when it gets real bad, you know, when people die and people get sick and, you know, your kids are in trouble, like, what do you do? What do you do? What do you think? Yeah, I just don't understand that. So I'm thankful. I'm thankful that I believe in something. I'm thankful that I have a source of comfort. I'm just thankful that I have something that kind of keeps me in my right mind. So I just want to encourage everybody. There's a lot of stuff going around online and on the internet. And it's got me like, I don't even know what to say. Honestly, I don't have words. I don't even know what to say. My daughter, I think she reached out to me yesterday, might have been the day before, but she told me that O.J. Simpson died. And, you know, I said, that's unfortunate. I said, however, you know, he will be under God's judgment, right? So only God truly knows what happened. Only God knows, him and God, okay? And he will, every knee, this is what I keep trying to tell people, every knee will bow. Everyone will answer to God at some point or another. Everyone. No one will escape it. So if you feel like they're escaping it here on earth, when they leave this place, it's coming. Like, believe it. It's coming. It's coming. So, yeah, God knows what happened. God knows, you know, everything that happened that night. And, you know, OJ will be judged by God if he did it or if he didn't do it. You know, God is the final say. So, yeah. But no, I don't wish death upon anybody. And at the end of the day, what I often tell people is, you know, even if you don't believe in, you know, what's going to happen once you leave this life, or you don't believe in God or Jesus or the Bible and all of that, it's still a good idea to live as if you do, right? Because I remember Joyce Meyer saying this once in one of her sermons where she said, you know, what happens if you get to the end of this life? People often would say to her, well, what would happen if you would get to the end of this life and there was no God, there was no heaven, there was no hell? Like, okay, what would happen? And Joyce says, okay, I mean, I will have lived a good, moral, upstanding life. I will have lived a good life. I will have, done the right thing and lived a great life. She said, however, let me ask you that opposite question. What if you get to the end of your life and you realize there is a God, there is a heaven, there is a hell? What are you going to do? So that's the question everybody needs to ask themselves, okay? In all frankness, we're not going to know until we know. I'm not going to know until I take my last breath what's on the other side. Then I'll know. But in the meantime, I want to live as if, okay, there is judgment on the other side. So, and I don't want to live in such a way that is immoral and, crazy and mean-spirited. Like, I don't want to live that way. So I'm going to live as if there is judgment on the other side. I'm going to live as if, okay, there's a reward coming if I'm a good person. That's just me. But I just want to encourage you all. Because it's something. I'm getting ready to take a social media break, an internet break, like other than using the computer for work. I do not plan on going on my computer. I do not plan on going on YouTube or any other form of social media. Instagram. I don't have TikTok. I don't plan on going on Facebook. I'm going to take a much needed break. I have some content that I have already scheduled, and I want to say for the next 4 or 5 days. And I'm supposed to do a live. I'm actually supposed to do a live with a friend of mine who's also a coach. So I need to figure out if that is going to happen. But I really want to be out. I really want to be done by Monday. Monday is when I want to start doing other things. And, I'll be going out of town next month. And I really want to be done by Monday. But I'm going to reach out to him and see if he has any time this weekend so we can get this live out of the way and I can just take my break because I need to refresh and renew myself. And right now, social media is wearing me out. It's just wearing me out. So I just wanted to come on and try to encourage people. I want to try to encourage you, but I'm just telling you what I know for sure. Everything is meaningless without God. You can have all the money in the world. You can have all the women in the world, all the men in the world. You can have every material thing you can have. And if you don't know God, if you don't know who you are and who He is, it's all going to be empty. It's going to be very, very empty. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be, getting into my word a little deeper, and I'm going to be refreshing my soul. I'm going to be traveling. I'm going to be working on this course. Oh, Lord, I'm going to be working on this course and just taking a much needed break. Yeah, exactly, Tynette. Exactly. All right. Have a great rest of your day. It is absolutely beautiful here. We're going in and out with the sun and the clouds and the rain. We just had a little sprinkle and now the sun is back out. So I think it's going to do this off and on all day. But I hope you have a great rest of the day. Hope you have a good weekend. And as always, stay open to love.